Hey everyone, I'm Marbozir and welcome to Offworld Trading Company. So, this is a game that's currently available in early access on Steam. It's by a company called Mohawk Games, which you might not have heard of, but if you are a Civilization fan, then you probably heard of Soren Johnson, the lead designer of Civilization 4, who was one of the people behind Offworld Trading Company. So, what is Offworld Trading Company exactly? This is an economic RTS where you control a company and battle for dominance over the resource market with the other players. And the goal of the game is to buy them out before they can do the same to you. That's it in a nutshell. As I already said, the game is currently in early access. This is one of the first early access versions that I'm playing here. But it's a pretty solid game already. And I played it for around 10 to 15 hours before recording this. I had some problems recording the game, so hopefully it won't crash on me this time around. But anyway, this is a perfect example of a game that's easy to learn but difficult to master. It's very easy to learn all the basics of the game because it's really not that complicated on the surface, but it's definitely not easy to master. Now, the game does have a campaign, but I would say the game shines the most in Skirmish, because the campaign is basically a set of missions where you gain money and use that money to unlock buildings. You start with a lot of buildings locked and you have to pay to unlock them. So you do missions in order to do that. If I do this mission, for example, I'll get plus 20. So that's the campaign in a nutshell. There's a little bit more to it than that, but a campaign is basically a set of missions where you start with a lot of buildings locked and you'll unlock them as you progress. So let's do quick play, which is basically a skirmish game. There is also multiplayer, and that's probably one of the most fun ways of actually playing this game. But let's do a skirmish game. There are quite a few options here. We can pick game speed. This is actually a pausable real-time strategy, so you can pause the game at any moment. The game speed isn't really that important, especially in single player, because you can just change it anytime you want as you're playing, and you can pause the game as well. There are 7 different difficulty levels. I'll use the default one. The AI on the higher difficulty levels is pretty damn mean. It's definitely not easy to beat the AI on highest difficulty levels. There are 5 different map sizes. I'll go with medium. You can play with up to 8 players, including yourself. So up to 7 AIs or up to 7 other players. We can change the resources, so we can set the resource minimum to none, normal or double. There are quite a few map types, and these map types actually affect what kind of resources will be common or rare on the map, from what I noticed anyway. So the maps do actually affect the gameplay or strategy even. And there are a bunch of other options. Some of these won't make a lot of sense until I start playing, but let's discuss them real quick. We can disable auctions, which will happen during the game and allow you to buy certain things, as long as you can outbid your opponents. We can turn off random events, which basically means some resources might get a shortage and then the price will go up, or they might get a surplus and then the price goes down. That's random events. We can reveal the map right from the start. We can generate a replay file after finishing the game, and then you can just watch the game again from another player's perspective if you want to. We can turn off black market. Black market allows you to sabotage your opponents. That's pretty much it. We can turn off new resources. These are basically resources that will be auctioned during the game. And we can turn on tighter death. That will make more sense once I actually start playing. So, let's get into the game. And here we are. I'm going to pause for a moment because there are a few things to talk about. When you first get into the game, you have to pick your HQ. There are 4 different HQ types, and you have to pick your site for your HQ. So we can scan the map. We start with 6 scans, but we'll get more over time. If I unpause the game, I'll keep getting new scans. These are resource nodes right here. I don't know what they are yet. That's why I have to scan. So this is carbon. There are 3 different levels of resources. This is level 1, This is level 2, and I can't see anything level 3 just yet. Let's scan a few more times and find... This is a level 3 resource. Anyway, I'm going to scan a few times to find a good location for my HQ. There are 4 different types of HQs, and they are very different. They require vastly different strategies sometimes. I'll discuss them in just a moment. I think I see a decent location for my potential HQ. Let's see, let's scan a few more times. We can just scan the entire map, however, the other players will likely start their own HQs while we are still scanning the map, and they will get a head start. So you have to balance that. You can keep scanning for a better location, but the other players might take the location that you wanted. So, let's pause the game for a moment and talk about these HQ types. The expansive HQ gives you 1 extra claim per HQ upgrade. That basically means you can get more buildings, more mines and facilities, things like that. A claim is basically a building, and HQs have 5 levels. You start with level 1 HQ and you can upgrade it all the way to level 5. So that means you get 1 extra claim for each HQ upgrade. And one of the AIs already started his HQ. Let's pause again. Also, the expansive HQ requires 50% less steel for buildings and HQ upgrades. And the base resource is steel. Then we got the robotic HQ, which is quite different. The robotic HQ doesn't require food, water or oxygen for upkeep, because generally each HQ requires food, water and oxygen just because it exists. If you don't have these resources, you'll have to buy them off the market. The robotic HQ does not require that, but it does require electronics. And electronics are trickier to get right at the start of the game. The robotic HQ also uses power for units instead of fuel. Units basically means transports. And the base resource is also steel, and it gets extra bonus resources under the HQ, because the reason we're scanning the map is not just to see in which part of the map we want to start our HQ, but also to decide the exact site. When we start our HQ, we get a flat amount of resources from each node under the HQ. So if I pick expansive and start here, I'll get 90 aluminum. If I pick robotic, I'll get 100% bonus. So I can get 140 aluminum right here. Each HQ is a little bit different, so the expansive one takes 7 tiles, the robotic one takes 4 tiles. So the next is Scavenger HQ, which uses carbon as a base resource. The base resource basically means this is the resource you're going to need a lot for HQ upgrades and buildings. The Scavenger HQ can use the black market more frequently, because you can't use the black market anytime you want. You can only use it when it's actually available, and it will be available more often for Scavenger HQ. And the Scavenger HQ also learns about news events before other HQ types. So for example, if there's about to be a shortage of some specific resource, let's say a shortage of aluminum, you'll find out earlier if you are playing as Scavenger. And then we got Scientific. This is one of the more interesting HQ types and probably harder one to optimize and play well, because the thing about the Scientific HQ is that you can skip the resource mining buildings. So that means if you need steel, you have to build a steel mill. And in order to actually be able to produce steel, you need iron. So you need to build an iron mine. But if you are playing as Scientific HQ, you don't actually have to build the iron mine for the steel mill specifically. You can build the steel mill itself on top of iron resource. And that will work. That will skip that one extra step. So that's the Scientific HQ. It also gets 50% faster research and patents. Patents are basically like technologies, but only one player can have them at a time. So if you are the first one to claim some specific patent, the other players will not be able to get it. And some patents are quite game-changing, to say the least, and they will affect your strategy drastically. And finally, the Scientific HQ takes 50% reduced sabotage damage when it's targeted. Sabotage is something you buy from the black market. So anyway, let's actually start our HQ. I'm going to pick the scientific one. Now, I think I'm going to start on top of some aluminum, because that's actually required for HQ upgrades. I could start here and also get a little bit of silicon, but I think I'll start here. I'll be close to a geothermal vent, which is used for power. Yeah, I think this is where I want to be. Alright. So, when we actually start playing and place our HQ, we'll get a list of all these resources on the left side. These are all resources in the game. And this is where we build stuff. We have 5 claims. That means we can get 5 buildings here. And this is actually quite an important decision. And as you might have noticed, we can already upgrade our HQ to level 2. Because that requires 80 aluminum. We have that because we started on top of aluminum. It requires 80 steel. We only have 30, but the cost that you can see on the tooltip is basically the cost of buying 50 steel. And the base price of steel is right here, 48. These prices are basically determined by supply and demand. That's what they are. If a lot of players are buying steel at the same time, the price of steel will go up. And they are very likely to buy steel early on, because the other players want to upgrade their HQ as well. And they might not wait to actually produce that steel themselves. And finally, we also need 20 glass, which we do have. We started with that. I could upgrade my HQ immediately, but I'm not going to do that yet, because that will also increase the upkeep. Every HQ except robotic uses water, food and oxygen, and since we aren't generating any, we'll have to actually buy that, which will increase our debt if I go down to 0. Now, debt is something that mostly determines your stock price, and your stock price is important because the actual goal of the game is to buy your competition. That's pretty much what you have to do. So you do that by buying their stock. You can buy 1000 shares at a time, which is 10%, which will make their stock price go up. You can buy your own stock, which will increase your stock price, but it will not prevent your opponents from buying you. If you get a situation where you have 50% of your stock, and one of the other players has 50% of your stock, that other player will then have to buy all the remaining stock in one go. So he will have to pay a lot to buy all the remaining shares in one go. Anyway, let's actually start building something. That would be great. I will not... Actually, yes, I can build a geothermal plant right away. And I think I'll do this before the other AIs can claim this site. We will need power. So let's actually do that. Oh, is it already claimed? Right, it's already under construction by Mr. Production. Never mind that then. There are some more geothermal vents up here. 2 more. I can probably wait with that a bit then. Alright, we're going to need some water. But we're going to need steel. So since I'm playing as a scientific HQ, I can place a steel mill on top of iron resource. Right here, for example. And this will produce 0.5 steel. It wouldn't matter starting it on top of level 3 resource, it would still produce 0.5. So if I were to place it here, that's still 0.5. Or a level 3 resource, this is already taken. But yeah, the level doesn't matter for the steel mill. Alright, we can get 4 more buildings. I can build a hydroponic farm on top of water because that consumes 1 water. I'll just build it on top of water, like so. And I might build aluminum mine right here because I'm going to need that. And I can build it right next to my HQ, which means it won't require transports. Like that. Okay, and I can actually connect that farm to my HQ if I get 1 more building here. I could get another aluminum mine, which would give me a 50% bonus, because if you build 2 buildings of the same type right next to each other, you will get a 50% bonus. If you get 3 buildings right next to each other, or if you have a building that's next to other 2 buildings of the same type, you will get 100% bonus. So I could, for example, get another steel mill on another iron right next to this one, and I will get plus 50% bonus, and I won't require iron for that steel mill. This is actually not a terrible idea because we'll need a lot of steel. I'm going to do it. Let's do it. So that's that. Now I should think about getting some power. I could wait to get a geothermal plant. In fact, I can probably get it right now if I sell some food maybe. Let's see, 6,000. The black market is online, so we can buy quite a few things here. We can buy a claim, that would only cost us 2,000. These prices will go up as we play. We can purchase EMP or power surge. This disables buildings. The main difference is that EMP is a large area of effect and power surge goes through buildings, sort of. If you have a long line of buildings connected to each other, it's better to use power surge on that. We got underground nuke, which nukes a resource down one level. So for example, if I use underground nuke on this level 3 iron, it will turn it into level 2 iron. Then we got dynamite, which just flat out destroys a building. Not permanently, you have to rebuild it. Then we got mutiny, which is one of the more interesting ones. This makes a building work for you, temporarily. So I could use this on, let's say, this iron mine, and it will work for me temporarily. Not that I'm going to, but I could do it. And finally, we got Gun Squad, which will protect our own buildings from enemy sabotage. If that building gets targeted, this will capture the sabotage for ourselves. So as you might have noticed, the EMP and power surge are pretty nasty ones. If you have a lot of buildings in one place, then you can get hit really hard by power surge. Here's our first auction. We can buy a claim if we want to. I don't think it's really worth doing. Probably not. I'm going to pass. Now, you can actually pay with debt. So I could bid 7,000 even though I don't have 7,000. And I would pay extra with my debt. Anyway, we can get one more building. I still want to get that vent. So, geothermal plant. We need more steel. I could wait to get steel. Or I could just pay. I'll probably just pay. Let's sell some aluminum. And now we can get that geothermal vent. Power is quite important. And now I can upgrade my HQ once I get enough. So there are a few extra buildings, which you might have noticed down here. I can't get any of them just yet, but from left to right, there's a pleasure dome, which generates profits. There's a patent lab, which is where you get patents. These are technologies only one player at a time can have. One of the biggest ones is teleportation, for example, which basically teleports your resources around instantly. You do not need transports like this to move resources around. Then we got engineering lab, in which you can work on your efficiency, on your building efficiency. I could, for example, improve my power generation efficiency, which would make my geothermal plant better. And this has up to 5 levels in one resource type. Then we got hacker array, which would allow us to manipulate prices, so we can trick the market into thinking that there's a shortage or a surplus of specific resource, which will raise or lower the price of that resource. And finally, we got Offworld Market, which requires a level 5 HQ, and this allows you to sell resources 100 at a time to Offworld, which uses completely different prices. So you can usually sell them for much more than this. But there is a delay. All sales here are instant. Sales at the Offworld Market are much more profitable, but they are not instant. Alright. Anyway. How's that upgrade coming along? We need to buy some glass. That's not a problem. What do we want to sell? We will need aluminum. But 29 is fine-ish. Alright, let's sell some of this. We'll upgrade. And we got some more claims. Now, I could start thinking about maybe some oxygen and fuel. I can build this. This will generate some oxygen and fuel. I have a lot of water in this area. So that's probably a good idea. I can build it here and then maybe another one here. Because I will connect the farm to my HQ eventually by getting something on this tile. Sounds like a plan. I might just build 2 of them right away because I'll need both fuel and oxygen. Let's build 2. Pirates. Right, so I don't think I'm going to bid for this. I could place pirates somewhere on the map and they would destroy transports passing through that area. Maybe I can see where the pirates are, if whoever bought them places them somewhere. But the pirates will basically destroy transports in a small area that the transports are passing through.
I hate those
Yep,
filthy
pirates right
bandits.
here. So I think my steel shipments will get destroyed. At least some of them, yeah, we lost one. We lost 40 steel to piracy. That's pretty annoying, unfortunately. But we'll deal with it. Not that we have a big choice at this point. We got 2 more claims, and I have a small shortage of water. I should just get a water pump. Can we get level 2 water resource somewhere? At least level 2? Yes, there's a level 2 water up here, we can grab that. That's 1 more claim. I'll probably need another farm at some point, but that's okay. I will have some excess water, so I can just build a farm right here. That will give me 50% bonus, and it will connect my HQ. That's not a terrible idea. Alright, let's do it. And now we'll wait to get a level 3 HQ. So let's speed this up a bit. And use fast. Fortunately, we aren't being targeted by sabotage just yet, but it might happen because we are kind of the leader. Which means I might want to buy a gun squad. Yeah, I'm losing quite a lot of steel to piracy. Let's just sell 100 aluminum. We can sell some fuel. I'll buy a gun squad. And place it on... what? On the farm, for example. And that works. Now, if that farm gets targeted with sabotage, we'll capture that sabotage for ourselves.
Let this be a lesson to you all. Screw with us, and we screw with you.
Well, the pirates are still there, which is pretty annoying. I might lose another shipment. They won't destroy everything, but they will destroy a lot of transports that pass through that area. So how's that upgrade? 7,000 to buy a claim. We need more steel and we need glass. I'll have to buy the glass. Slant drilling. Okay, this is an amazing patent. I might actually bid for that. This is especially important for a scientific HQ. It's probably worth outbidding the AI, because that basically means any tile right next to the resource is also a valid source of that resource. Right, and now I paid with my debt. So, as I said, any tile with a resource, or any tile that's adjacent to a tile with a resource, is a valid source of that resource. So, what does that mean in practice? That means that, for example, I could use this level 3 resource that the AI claimed if I build my mine right next to it. Or I could take, let's say, this source of level 3 silicon. I could build my own silicon mine on top of this, and then I could build another silicon mine right next to it, because all these are valid level 3 sources, and I will get 50% bonus with what's technically going to be 2 level 3 sources. I can also use it for buildings such as the steel mill, which is the main reason why slant drilling is so important for scientific HQ, because it's not just steel. We also need chemicals, which require fuel and carbon. We also need glass, which requires oxygen, silicon, which means I'll probably place glass furnace on top of silicon somewhere. And finally, electronics, which require aluminum, carbon, and silicon. I definitely need glass soon, but first I need to upgrade my HQ. And now, since I have debt, my stock price went down. And my debt will go up, because there's interest rate. Wow, the pirates are still there. That's actually a little bit annoying now. Let's repay that debt. I'll sell the fuel. There we go, it's gone. I need these pirates to just go away. Like, get out of here. You're not welcome here. Alright, well, I guess we'll deal with that. Speed it up a little bit. How's that upgrade price? 5,000. I can do it right now. That fuel price.
I've never seen such elegant
Okay.
use of funding.
Now, I might get a pleasure dome
Open in no
to
time.
get some money. That's not a terrible idea. I definitely want an engineering lab. I think I'll pass on patent lab because I mostly wanted slant drilling from that, and I already got that through an auction. There is one more patent that I kind of want, and that's teleportation.
Expansive colony expanded.
But I can live without that. Food price is going up. So that means I can sell some of my food. Like so. I'll sell 100 once it stops going up. Come on. A little bit more. There we go. That was pretty nice. How are the other prices? Steel is at over 100. We need glass. So let's secure some glass. We need silicon for that. If I want to be close to my HQ, I should build it here. I don't need to build a glass furnace on a higher level resource. I'll get 0.5 one way or the other. So let's just build it here. And then if I'll need more glass, I can build another one right next to it. Cold fusion. Yeah, buildings are powered with water. I don't really like that one, but there's probably something I'm missing with this one. The AIs are bidding for it. I let them do it. I'm okay with that. Yes, please bid some more. Are there any more geothermal vents? No. Yes, there's one more here. But the AI is about to claim it. There's one more here. I'd like to claim that before the AI does, because I need more power. We don't have enough power right now. Alright, so this is going to give us some glass. We have enough oxygen. And I should start thinking about some chemicals. Chemicals are used for the engineering lab and the patent lab. I could build a hacker array to get more money. Also, I think it would be a good idea to get maybe another gun squad. Yeah, just to be safe. We can get it somewhere around here.
Screw with us, and we screw with you.
Just to be safe. We'll probably get targeted sooner or later. We have the lead, which makes you a pretty good target, because, you know, it's a pretty good idea to target the leader. Sell some of that, sell some of this. Sell this, sell this. Okay, I can start buying some of the AIs. That's not a bad plan. Let's grab a hacker array right here. Once it's done, we'll have the option of manipulating the prices. There is a delay, and it's not free, but it's usually worth doing. Now we wait for glass and steel. Yeah, the aluminum prices are at 5. That's not a lot, but 4 is expensive. Fuel prices are going down. I'll sell some. I'll probably use the hacker array to raise the aluminum price. I could buy a claim for 16,000, but I don't think I want to. Let's start buying Mr. Espionage, for example. Alright, I'll start buying him. This will also raise my own stock price, which will make it harder for other AIs to buy me. Which is why I got started on it right now, even though I can't buy Miss Espionage just yet. Mr. Espionage. Sell more food. Once I buy another player, I'll get everything that player had. So we will be controlling that player. Now, we have the hacker array, so I can convince the market there's a shortage of aluminum. That's going to cost me 4,000. I'll definitely get more than that out of this operation. Claim auction. I can bid once or twice, but I wouldn't pay more than 10,000. I'm not even sure if I want to pay 10,000. Not really. I'll let them have it. Okay. I think I'll skip the next upgrade for now until I buy at least one AI. That seems like a good idea. It won't even be that hard. I might be able to do it once I finish manipulating the prices. Oh, I just need glass. Okay. Now I can send shipment to my HQ without waiting. This will generally use more fuel because transports use fuel. But we have the option of doing that if I want to. But I already have 60 glass. Now I can upgrade my HQ for free because I have all the resources
Your new design for
that
the
are
farming
required.
layout is simply breathtaking.
Bye.
The other
We need
scientists
40
will
more
love the
percent.
increased resources.
Shouldn't be too tough. Okay, sell this. Sell this. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty low. Yep, the price is tanked. But we almost got the hacker array. There's going to be a small delay after this is done.
Our hackers have
Like
compromised
10
the
seconds or
trading
something like
service.
that.
Price manipulation
And then the price will
begins
start
shortly.
going up. There's a small arrow, so it's obvious when it starts going up. Buy 10% more. Yep, it's going up. So I'll start selling it slowly because selling resources makes the price go down, obviously. And I can sell... Oh, okay. Sell 100. Come on. Yeah, the other players might want to take advantage of this too. That was decent. Now, let's do it again, perhaps? Yep, we can do it again. We'll have a lot of excess aluminum. Clearly. Wood is very expensive. And glass is super expensive. Once I upgrade... Well, already upgraded. I need some chemicals. And I probably want an engineering lab. Now, we need fuel and carbon for chemicals. I already have fuel, which means I can start on top of carbon resource. So, for example, down here. And I'll just need fuel for that.
Freelance pirates. are all
Pirates!
services
Now
to
I
our
could bid for that. Not a bad idea. I don't want the pirates to hit me. Yep, let's pay some more. I want the pirates. Okay, 16,000. We got the pirates. I could place them here. That would be pretty amazing. Right here. That's actually amazing. It should work really well.
pirates.
Alright,
I
there we
hate
go.
those filthy bandits.
And now I could increase the prices of water or something. Maybe. Well, this is the player that I want to buy. But if it increases their debt, the stock price should go down. They have no cash, and they have 6,000 debt. Yeah, we are plundering water. So this should make
Expansive
their
colony
stock
expanded.
price go down. And we'll be able to buy them out easier. That's the plan here.
Our hackers have compromised the trading
Oh yeah,
servers.
shortage of aluminum again.
Manipulation begins shortly.
Buy 10%. This will give us some extra money. Wow, glass is at 267. And it's going up. Wow, it's going to hit 300. I might even sell some glass. My HQ is level 4. I might sell some. 300. Yeah, that's amazing. Let's just sell some. I need 10% more. Alright, let's just sell more stuff. It's worth finalizing this transaction. I can sell some steel. And that's that. Now we control Mr. Espionage. Which is quite nice. I should pay my debt. And our stock price is at 16 now. But Mr. Production has a level 5 HQ. I might build the patent lab now. But no, I want engineering lab first. Which will require some chemicals. 40 chemicals. Just ship resources back home to make it faster. Alright, engineering lab. Now. I could increase... Actually, no, I don't need to increase my pyro production. Seeing how high the glass prices are, I think is a good area to increase our glass production efficiency. Yeah, power is at 1. That's not so useful. Superconductor, plus 100% power production when connected to HQ. I don't need that at all. I have no power at all connected to the HQ. And no one bid. Okay, I should manipulate water prices a bit. We have a lot of water right now. Okay, hacker array. How much will that cost us? 6,000. We'll wait a bit. But we're getting chemicals, so we can use that for engineering lab. I can still build a patent lab. How much money is that? Nothing. We got everything we need. Alright, I'll place it here. It's done. Now, let's see. Improve our chemicals production, or maybe steel. Or food. Sounds good. I'll actually use more food once I upgrade my HQ. So I might need that extra food production. Because I'll need the food for myself. Speed it up a little bit. Now I can start buying Mr. Upgrade or something. And now, since I'm level 5, I can construct the Offworld market. But this is not cheap. And I might want to get some electronics. So now I can place the electronics factory right here. Where was it? Where was the silicon? Right here. And this is a valid source of silicon. Since I have slant drilling. Alright, let's do it. Do I have enough other resources? I should have enough. Aluminum. And carbon? Yeah, I'm getting 4.5 carbon per second. Alright then. I'm not getting any silicon, which is why I built it here. Carbon is super cheap, unfortunately. So let's pause this for a second. Engineering lab again. Get more food. Patent lab. So these are all the patents. Plus 100% profit from Pleasure Dome is pretty decent. I'll get that. Maybe even build another Pleasure Dome, because why not? Especially with that patent. It's pretty good. And hacker array again. We need shortage of something. We have so much water, wow, holy crap. That's mostly from the AI that we bought. Mr. Espionage. I don't need your claim auction. 6,000. We can sell some stuff, I suppose, to pay the 6,000. Come on. Shortage of water. I could already start selling water, seeing how the price is 25, but... Well, actually, I can sell some. But I can wait. It won't go anywhere. We can wait. Unless the price starts going down, which it might, but I don't think it will. Okay, it's going down. Let's sell some. Yeah, now it's down to 2. I have nothing to do with that. Don't look at me. That's totally not my fault. Alright, the other AI is buying Mr. Upgrade. I paused for a moment. Let's see. I'll sell some glass. I'm going to buy Mr. Upgrade too. Because I'm interested. Let's see. Right, I'm going to sell more stuff. We need 9,000. I normally wouldn't. But Mr. Production will buy more shares. Which will cause the price to go up. So I want to buy more shares before that happens. That food price. I'll sell some steel. We need 11,000 more. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, we can already do it. And now, since Mr. Production has 30%, we need to buy the rest in one large batch. So we need 66% for that. Which shouldn't be too tough. Let's upgrade our power production a bit. Any more patents that we might want? Probably not. Minus 60% power consumption. Yeah, that's a pretty decent one. Anyway, we need 66,000 right now. And I kind of want the Offworld market still. But we need electronics for that. We are slowly producing electronics. It will likely take a while. Sell all this stuff. Sell this. Sell this. We need 66,000. We're almost there.
Our hackers have compromised the trading
Okay, oh,
servers.
he's buying
Price
my stock now.
manipulation
Okay,
begins shortly.
whatever. There we go. Buy Mr. Upgrade. And now our price is at 28.69.
Your stock is
Now I
being
just need to
bought.
get enough money to buy Mr. Production. But he's buying us. He has 148k in cash.
Stock is
Okay,
being bought.
that's quite a lot.
Your stock is being bought.
Okay, he's buying a lot. 50,000. I don't think he can buy me out completely. Let's see if we can buy him a bit, because that will make our share price higher. I could just sell everything. Let's see. Sell the most expensive resources, because that obviously makes the most sense. Okay. Well, let's buy some of his stock. I can play that game too. We need that Offworld market sometime soon. Okay. And maybe another pleasure dome or two. Yeah, another pleasure dome definitely won't hurt, especially with the pattern that we have. And another one.
Your stock is
I don't
being
want to
bought.
go overboard with this. Okay, we might actually lose this one. Let's not panic just yet. Sell this. Sell this.
Your stock is being
Come on.
bought. Pilots are auctioning
Oh, pirates
their
again.
services to the highest
Okay.
bidder.
I could use some sabotage. Somewhere around here. Well, I can bid on pirates. 1,000. So what do I want to hit the most? Maybe the steel mills. I could buy powered surge. There might be a gun squad around here. Okay, it worked. 1,000 for pirates? Oh no. They outbid me. Do I carry enough? They do have 86,000 in cash. They might outbid me again. There's only one other AI, so it's obvious who's bidding for this. 16,000. I think I'll pass. I let them have it. Can I actually get teleportation? Yep, it's still available, but it requires a lot of chemicals. Well, let's sell more stuff. And I'm actually losing some food right now, unfortunately. Steel price is going up. I'll sell that. Okay, 43,000. I can't buy anything just yet. I need 44,000. We need more food. So let's actually build a farm next to my other farms. That definitely makes sense. So right here, that's also going to count as water because land drilling. Okay, they only need 20% more. So that's going to be slightly problematic, I think. They have 4,000 in cash. 30,000 right now. Sell this. If I could raise prices of carbon really quickly, but nah, I can't do it fast enough. We can buy 10%. They only need 20% more. So this is a race right now, basically. Which is how the game often ends. This is mostly a question of who can generate money faster. Good question. I still got 2 more claims. So I could build something. I could get more chemicals or more steel. Steel seems to be quite expensive. I might consider that. 100% bonus. I think I will. Is this going to cost me anything? No. Okay, let's actually do that then. Maybe even twice. Or get more chemicals. Do I have enough fuel? Yes, I do have enough fuel. And enough carbon. More than enough carbon. Our chemicals are right here. Alright, let's get that bonus. Now, hacker array again. What do I want to do here? Carbon. What about glass? Well, we have a lot of carbon.
The black market is online.
Might as well do that then. I could upgrade the other
I
HQs.
hate those filthy bandits.
That will cause my share price to go up. But at this point, I'd rather save the money to buy Mr. Production. We got the black market. Now, do I want to use it? Possibly. Best way to use it. Somewhere around here, probably. I could use EMP. Like this. Seems like a good idea to me.
We're not surprised, just disappointed in you.
Oh, Gone Squad. Ah, that's annoying. Oh well, I tried.
Your stock is
Yep,
being
they had a Gone Squad. Oh, and we lost. Well, that's okay. This was mostly a first impressions kind of thing. So you saw a full skirmish game of Offworld Trading Company. I have to say, even though the game is in early stage, it's actually a lot of fun. And it's a very easy game to learn, as I said at the start, but pretty tough to master. I have to mention one thing at the end of this. This is something I definitely can't ignore, because the game has one major downside right now. And that downside is the price. Because right now the price is €37, or regional equivalent. And in my opinion, this is not a €37 game. But if money is not a problem for you, then this is a very fun game. However, I would not recommend it at that price currently. That is my honest opinion about it. Even though it is a fun game, it's just not a €37 game. So, having said all that, I hope you did enjoy this first impressions video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.